Hey everybody, it's William Carter here with InquisitiveCarter.com.
I don't think I had any idea that it would achieve the kind of success that it did, but what I did know that is that it was rooted in a world that the people who would watch this show did not have an opportunity to see themselves represented very often. And I knew that, hip hop is global, it's universal, it's music, so it connects us all. And I knew that all of those elements together would provide something that, we just haven't seen when watching television for ourselves.
Mr. Benet,
Yes, sir.
you are R&B icon, legend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just, like you said, you the shit. But looking back at your career, what would you say has been the most monumental moment for you musically?
Wow. There's been some pretty big moments. I'm not just an Earth, Wind, and Fire fan, but I'm an Earth, Wind, and Fire student. So when I got a call from Maurice White, this was years before, obviously, it was just like a few years before he passed away. And he asked me to come into the studio and write some stuff for a new Earth, Wind, and Fire album. I just felt like, wow, I have made it.
As far as Every Hue is concerned, it has allowed me to launch and get my brand into, stores like Target. So that happened literally overnight, and I don't think it would not have happened without the show. So I'm super grateful for the show, and they allow me to talk about my stuff. They allow me to talk about my book that I'm writing. So I'm thank God Andy Cohen.
All of us had something to lose and to gain. We all started horizontally on the same plane, me and my sisters and my siblings, as I call them. Because it's one of those things where you have to realize that to choose your truth over your safety in a world that wants to discard you is in itself power. But to have the general public or the entertainment industry understand that was a bonus, and we loved that. That was a thing.
How did it feel for you when the New Edition docuseries came out to see that you had fans of cross generations come together, loving the music, supporting the story, loving what you guys put together, even after having a break for so many years?
It was surreal, man. It's one of those things that you dream of when you put out a story or you want to tell the story. You put out anything, any project you put out, you want an overwhelming or an unsuspectedly pleasantly surprised type of reaction to it, response to it, to break records, to reintroduce the group to a whole new generation. It's like, that's what you want when you do a project, man.
And I love how you flipped it, because, like we said, it's always been a term used in a negative way to describe black women, and like you said, if I'm going to use this phrase, here's why I'm angry. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to have your emotions, and it's human. So, exactly. Of course.
Exactly. Anger is not, I don't think it's anyone's preferred emotion, especially black women. So when we feel that way, listen to why we're feeling this way. Let's sit down and talk about it. Let's dialogue, so that we can meet somewhere. Even if we disagree, there's always somewhere in the middle we can meet and be able to move beyond. So that's what I'm hoping that this song does.
We would go to talent shows. We would win talent shows. So that was our trump card. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I wanted to redo it, but I wanted to do it in my own way. And Malira, she reposted my video and gave me the thumbs up. So I just felt like, yes, I did that. Once she approved it, I was good.
Because you definitely made Heartbreak sound and look so beautiful. It just hit me like, oh, I'm in feelings I didn't know I had.
Yeah, because a heartbreak, let me tell you, it can make you feel like you don't even want to live no more.
How does it feel for you to step out from the group into having now your solo debut album?
I came into this whole thing, William, with the intention of knowing that there was going to be some work to do. Mm-hmm. I understood that the environment in the music industry has changed, and quite frankly, why would anybody care about a record coming from me, who's known for being in a quote unquote 90s group? So So me having that all in my head and me understanding what the environment was, it then allowed me to let all of that go.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm a strong advocate for mental health, especially in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
And you had said like writing this book was therapy for you.
Mm-hmm.
So are you able to share any of the issues that you dealt with during the writing process?
Yeah, I mean, I think the issues, like I said, when I started writing, I didn't realize I had any issues. I didn't realize when I started writing this book, I didn't realize that I had mental health issues of pain. Like I said, when I started writing it, I was writing my memoirs, but I started undigging a lot of stuff because I was going over my life and realizing that, oh my gosh, when this happened at 15 years old, this affected me for the next 30 years. And when it started clicking, and as a Black man, as you mentioned, in this society right now, the anxiety, the pain, the depression, and the hurt that we feel that we just kind of, in a sense, take because this has just been our life and we feel like, oh, this is just normal. This is what we have to go through as Black men. You know, it ain't right.
What was that moment for you when you realized that you were being blackballed?
Well, when you win that award, which is supposed to be the most prestigious award that you can win in American society for acting, the money is supposed to come along with that. Because that award says that you are the best. However, that's not what that award means for people of color, and I'll speak directly for me. That's not what it meant for me. What it meant for me was you just won that award, but we're still going to treat you as if you got off the Greyhound bus and you just got to Hollywood, and you should be happy that we're even calling you. So that's why I don't go gung-ho over the Oscar award, because it hasn't meant that for me. And if you know your homework and your research, it hasn't meant that for any other Black woman that's won that award.
Do you ever feel like you're the scapegoat for a lot of the issues that you speak on?
Well, to say the scapegoat, I don't think that, I don't know if that's the word I would use. I think that to speak on what's happening, we all know that it's not unique. And we all know that the Black woman has been on the bottom of the totem pole since as far back as we can remember. So I'm not saying anything that's unique. I think what becomes unique is I'm unwavering about it. I'm not backing down. I'm not being quiet. I'm not going away. And I'm unapologetic about standing up for inequality.